I hate the ring my fiancé proposed with because it feels like he didn't even try, and I don't know what to do. Posted by you/ring throwaway 12345. Throwaway because my fiancé knows my name. A wonderful thing happened this past weekend. My 26F boyfriend, 27M, of 5 years proposed to me. It was extremely romantic, and I couldn't have planned something better myself. I'm over the moon right now, except for one thing, my ring. When my fiancé and I first started seriously discussing getting engaged, I told him we could either choose a ring together or he could ask me questions about my preferences and look through my existing jewelry to get an idea of the styles I like. He wanted it to be a surprise, so he opted for the latter. I was a bit nervous because I can be picky when it comes to jewelry, but I trusted that he had enough resources and knowledge to make a wonderful choice. The only guidelines I gave him were nothing pink, no blue sapphires, and no diamonds. As it turns out, I hate the ring. Not just in an, it's not really my style, but it'll grow on me, way, but in a, wow, this is ugly, and I would never wear it, way. I feel absolutely awful for thinking this, but I can't help it. Here are my issues with it. It's huge and gaudy, like the sort of rings you see old women wearing. It's in the shape of a heart. I dislike heart-shaped jewelry, which is why I never owned any until now. It's amber. I'm a fan of light/honey-colored amber, but this is way too dark. It's also extremely impractical as an everyday ring. It's going to become scratched and dull very, very quickly. I just don't understand why he chose this ring for me. It's not my style at all, and it's clear he didn't do any research. If he had, he would have known amber was a poor choice. I'm actually rather hurt by his choice because, to me, it shows a lack of care on his part. The worst part is that I have no clue how to broach the subject with him. He and I share everything and have no secrets, so it's doubly hard for me. Not only do I dislike the ring, but I'm also not talking to him about this problem like we do with everything else. How can I bring this up without hurting him? I want him to know I love him deeply and that I'm so happy to be engaged, but the ring needs to be changed. I'm freaking out and need advice badly. Thank you for reading. Relevant comments. Commenter. If you're going to spend the rest of your life with this man, you'll need to get comfortable with awkward conversations. Just frame it as you're worried about the stone's ability to last a lifetime, and you want something you can wear every day. Go together and pick out a new one. I'm sure he tried. Ops response. We have had many awkward conversations before, believe me. This is a whole different ballpark because of the extremely sensitive subject matter. Even if I frame it in terms of why it's simply impractical, it still doesn't solve my hurt feelings and confusion about his choice. Commenter 2. Frankly, it is wrong for you to feel hurt about this. You need to re-examine that reaction pretty damn quickly. Ops response. Why is it wrong to feel hurt? He completely ignored my tastes and preferences for a ring that I'm supposed to wear for the rest of my life. It honestly feels like he pulled a ring out of a hat and thought, I guess this is it. When I get him a gift for his car, I do tons of research, ask his friends for suggestions, etc. He obviously didn't put the same thought into this gift for me, and that hurts. Commenter 3. Ladies, do you know how freaking daunting it is for us guys to buy you jewelry? I'll break it down for you. I'm a prison guard and work with the worst of the worst. It doesn't bother me, I can handle it and what they throw at me, sometimes literally, and still come home smiling. But buying jewelry for a girl, I break out in a sweat, get my words and thoughts mixed up, can't focus, overthink, worry about the finer details too much, and get anxious and nauseous. It's a horrible experience for any guy because we love the look on your face when we make you happy. It really is amazing for us. When you're disappointed, we can see it. We might put on a big front, but secretly, we're trying to figure out where we went wrong and retrace our steps. So go easy on him. I bet he's putting his own thoughts and feelings into this and wants it to be something you wear forever and show off proudly. Ops response. I literally offered to pick it out with him. He didn't have to make the choice alone in the first place. Even when he chose to make it a surprise, he wasn't clueless. He knew what I didn't like, and he knew what I did like by looking through my jewelry collection. He could have talked to my mom or sister to get their opinions on what styles I'd like. But he didn't do the research, and that's why I'm sort of hurt. It seems thoughtless. Commenter 4. He picked a rock, cut it into a shape, and attached it to a ring. He clearly took some care. I highly doubt he was blindfolded. You don't seem to understand that you are the one experiencing a feeling, and you need to ask yourself why. It seems very self-centered to make accusations about your boyfriend and his lack of care for you when he just gave you a very expensive item. Ops response. The ring isn't expensive. I'm guessing maybe $35, but that's beside the point. I'm actually happy he didn't spend a lot on a ring. Can you not understand why? To me, it is very disconcerting to be given an item that is contrary to what you would expect someone to give you. Especially when they had the resources at hand to pick something you would prefer. Update 1 day later. I was not expecting yesterday's post to be so popular, and I was overwhelmed by how many people responded. In spite of the loads of, "Damn, Op wasn't lying about the ring," or, "What a shallow beach," comments, I want to thank those of you who gave me ideas on how to discuss this very difficult topic with my fiancé. After he arrived home last night and we had dinner, we got onto the couch to cuddle. I knew it was the best time to talk about it, so I started off by telling him how ecstatic I am to be marrying him and how much I love the proposal. I then launched into my main point and said, "I'm so sorry to do this, but we're going to have to pick a different ring. The amber is going to get destroyed in no time, and the ring is just too big for my hand. I kept banging it into everything today as it is. It's just an impractical choice in the long run." He immediately looked like he was about to cry, which made me feel terrible. He put his head down and said, "You don't like it? Just be honest." I admitted that the impracticality of the ring was a very real issue, but that I also didn't like it. I said, "I'm kind of confused about why you picked it because it's nothing like the rest of my stuff, and it's absolutely massive." By this point, he was crying and said, "That's the point. I wanted something completely different. All your rings are so plain. I wanted the ring to stand out so everyone would see it and know I love you." I had figured that this was his line of thinking, others guessed as well. I told him that I understood where he was coming from and emphasized that I am so thrilled to be engaged, but I want the ring to be something that I will like. After all, it will be on my finger for the rest of my life, and that the material needs to be durable to stand the test of time. I explained to him how delicate amber is, which he didn't know. He said he picked amber because he liked that there were things inside of it. I asked him if he had thought about what he wanted in a ring before he bought it. When he said no, that he had just gone to the mall and picked one out, I started to cry. I hadn't planned on crying or telling him I was hurt, but knowing that he didn't research anything about rings or really think about it just really got to me. I tried to explain my hurt feelings as eloquently as possible, but I could tell he felt horrible about it. He said that the whole process really freaked him out and that he regretted not having me pick the ring with him. When it came time to choose, he was overwhelmed by the ring options and went for the most romantic thing he saw. We both cried a lot, needless to say. The talk was very productive, though, and it all ended up working out fine. Thankfully, he is the best guy I could ever ask for, just with a really crappy taste in jewelry, which he now recognizes, so he wants us to pick a new ring together this weekend. Relevant comments. Commenter. I just want to insert something for a second. I'm not going to speak for all guys, but I will speak as a guy. What the heck is up with all the details in a ring? Yes, I agree that Op's ring is ugly, it's oversized, juvenile, and looks like costume jewelry. Op's fiancé probably has no style. That point is conceded. Beyond that, a ring of gold with a gem is as specific as I could ever describe an engagement ring. It's either whitish gold or yellowish gold, and the gem has a color and a shape, square, circle, diamond, or something. How in the hell is a guy supposed to pick out the difference between a princess cut and anything else? I literally only know that's a cut because my best friend's wife wanted it, and I went shopping with him. This seems like a ridiculous thing to put thought into. I look at rings and ask, is it pretty? And if the answer is yes, it's a good ring. The amount of detail and, frankly, the hurt feelings if a guy misses one of those pointless details, seems insane to me. Commenter 2. You learn about those details because the ring matters, not necessarily to you or even your fiancé, but to all the other people who will instantly judge both of you based on your choice. It's also, generally, a lot of money. Do you normally make large purchases without knowing what kind of deal you're getting or how well the item is going to function? How could you possibly consider a ring special if you don't know anything about it? I mean, jewelry might not be your thing, and that's okay, but it takes only about 30 minutes to learn the vast majority of what you need to know about engagement rings. Editor's note. Up posts about almost becoming a first-time mom nearly 4 years later in r/baby bumps and comments in a thread discussing how they plan to discipline their future children, so I think it's safe to say they lived happily ever after.